Hello, I gotta move my chair over for YouTube. I'm like really far away too. We might have to bring that over a little bit. And my desk is full of stuff. It's just, I can't pull my computer anymore. Hold on. Okay, let's see. My computer is in a better spot. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's been a while. Heidi Hope, welcome to Miracle Mornings. I'm actually going to go live here on YouTube, but I've heard that YouTube holds the lives to scan them to make sure that like everything's okay for like 24 hours. So they really don't get a lot of reach unless you actually catch me live. So I'm also going to try going live on TikTok for the first time. I just started actually posting on TikTok. I think I started posting years ago, like when it first came out. And then I couldn't get into that account and I had to change the account and try different accounts. And so I never really tried to grow TikTok because it just seemed like all my other audiences were a lot bigger already. And I just wanted to focus on those. But I am trying TikTok out because it's still a great place to grow for a small business. So over there too, it's Heidi Hope Creative, or just Heidi Hope, I think, on TikTok. Might be at Heidi Hope Creative on TikTok. So you can find me over there too. So I'm going to go ahead and go live on TikTok as well. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm live on both. Let's see. Hey, TikTok. Yay. It's my first time ever live on TikTok. So I'm Heidi Hope, and I already disconnected my earbud. So for those of you who are not familiar with me because I'm kind of new to TikTok, you can also find me over on Instagram, and I'm live on YouTube right now at the same time. But I am an artist, a photographer, a teacher. I've been teaching art and photography for, I did the math this morning, 25 years I've been teaching for, which is insane, starting with like kids' summer camps, art camps, and then my degree is it's a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and then I was a high school art and photography teacher, and then I started a photography business on the side. I've owned 3 different studios, portrait studios, and one was a photo collective space. Over the years, I've started, I don't know, a handful of different small businesses, some kind of a serial entrepreneur. And in 2022, we actually put our commercial space on the market, sold that, and moved 1,000 miles south to Florida, hence my little palm tree background here. So now, since we moved here, which was in 2022, so about 3 years, I have been working out of my house and not really working full time. But I'm getting the itch to open another studio space. So say hi if you're joining live. I don't know how many people this will reach. This is an experiment with TikTok because I've never done this before. I've gone live on like every other platform. Remember Periscope? Is anybody around for that? I don't know if people on TikTok are going to remember Periscope, but there were like Google Hangouts were really popular live for a while. So anyways, this is my first time live on TikTok. So give me some love and give me a follow just so that I feel like I'm talking to somebody. But I have been getting the itch to open a new studio space. This will be my 4th studio space. And I'm not sure. I want to take on the overhead again because there's like a lot of freedom in not having to make the rent every month and the utilities and like all that. So as an artist and a creator, I feel like I'm able to just create a lot more freely, like create what I want and have a little more fun with it because I don't have that pressure of making those payments every month. But at the same time, I'm getting a lot of requests for local classes. I teach on location classes and stuff. So I'm getting a lot of requests for local classes, like how to paint ornaments this Christmas. So I am doing this whole handmade for the holidays series that you're going to see on my TikTok and on my Instagram. So make sure you're following me with reels and my YouTube shorts too. I'm trying to post everywhere. It's really overwhelming. But I'm doing a handmade for the holidays series, and it's just going to be a lot of ways to create gifts, things that you can do with your kids. So actually, like I just did this series. I haven't posted the actual reel or the TikTok yet, but these are little air dry clay ornaments. So this is something you can just get the supplies on Amazon. If you look at for Heidi Hope on Amazon, you'll see my whole storefront. I'm trying to get approved for TikTok Shop. I did something wrong when I was applying for it. But all of these materials, I do have an Amazon, like, what is that? Influencer storefront or whatever. So you can find all the materials for this type of stuff there. But these are air dried clay ornaments and you just like stamp the names in. So I like to do ornaments for my kids every year that when they leave the house, my oldest daughter is a senior in high school this year. So she's going off to college. So it's like on my mind that they're going to have their own spaces and they're going to want to decorate for Christmas. And my mom did this for us too. She always got us all, I have two brothers. So she got the three of us our own ornaments. And then she boxed them up and saved them so that when we got our first places, we already had ornaments for the tree. So I have everything going back to like my baby's first Christmas ornament. And I just love the nostalgia of that. So I try to do that for my kids, get them ornaments almost every year. This year, I decided I would make some and I would show other people how to make them too. This is a great craft for kids. And it's also a great gift idea for kids to give to adults. So like one of them, this is like the whole family name on it. So this is just our last name. So you could do the family name on a house, or I mean, you can use any cookie cutter shape that you want. And you can paint and decorate it any way that you want to. So it could be a gingerbread house or something like that. So this is fun for them to do. And then these are great gift ideas. And it's just teaching them, like, my kids actually buy all their own Christmas gifts for the people in our family using their own money that they've earned through things or gotten through things. And I love that because I think they really just value the generosity of the season, which otherwise can be so, I mean, they have me and my husband, both our parents are divorced and remarried. So they have 4 sets of grandparents. So between us and their 4 sets of grandparents, they get a lot of stuff. And I think the holiday and like the meaning of the holiday can get lost in all of the materialism. So I love the idea of having them hand make gifts or buy gifts with their own money so they understand the value. And they actually say all the time that they are more excited to give their gifts than they are to receive all of the gifts. So I think that's like an awesome testament to how much it resonates with them to be able to do that. And if you have younger kids who aren't making money yet, making gifts is a great way for them to still feel the generosity of the season and feel that love and the joy that you get from giving something without having to spend any money. So you'll see on my Instagram, which is Heidi_Hope, and on my TikTok, which is Heidi Hope, you will see in the coming month, I'm going to do a whole bunch of handmade gift ideas and just crafts and projects around the house that you can do. I also, having been in art education for 25 years, I really believe in how important regular art making is for your mental health. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be Picasso. It's really just getting into that flow state and being creative and expressing your creativity. That is so good. I mean, it's scientifically proven. It's so good for our minds. It's so good for our mental health. It's so good for kids. It gets them off the screens. It's a way to bond with them and connect with them, especially as they get older into those tween and teen years. So I have an 18-year-old, a 13-year-old, no, 17-year-old, 13. She's going to be 18 this summer. I'm jumping ahead because she's graduating high school and I'm freaking out about it. I have a 17-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 10-year-old. So, they're kind of in those ages where they're starting to drift off into their friends more and stuff. And just the other day, my 10-year-old son and I just made chocolate chip cookies together. And I was like, oh, it's just so nice. It's harder to find ways to bond with them. And I think hand making things is a way to do that. So I'll also be sharing recipes and stuff. I do love to cook too. And yeah, you can already find some of my recipes on my Instagram. I think I might have posted my chicken soup here on TikTok too. It's a really good chicken soup recipe. But I do a lot of cooking. I just don't share it all because since we moved, I want to renovate this kitchen. It drives me crazy. And I had the house that we left behind in Rhode Island if you're just joining now, say hi, give me a wave. When we left Rhode Island in 2022 and moved to Florida, the house that we sold I renovated the kitchen, so I loved that kitchen, and then I moved into a house where I was really compromising on the kitchen situation because it was, like, in the neighborhood I wanted and, all that, but, it's a gut job. It is not big enough for me, it drives me crazy. I won't let anybody else in the kitchen with me when I'm in there because they're, like, under my feet, and I can't stand it. So anyways, I don't share a lot of myself in the kitchen, but I should just bite the bullet and do it. No, that's a whole nother episode of live. So, um, hand painted ornaments are another. Actually, so I have three of these left. I started doing these only last year. A lot of artists hand paint ornaments, and I was inspired to do that last year. Last year, I did it in November. They sold out in like a week. If you're an artist and you're not already doing these, you really should. People love them. They are like the best gift idea. It's something so thoughtful. It's such a great way to dress up a gift card. It's like the most perfect hostess gift. I do these little artist cards. Oh, yeah. Let me show you. I did these little artist cards that are like authenticity cards with my information on the back. So they're like really good marketing too. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a little card with my signature, and it's like gives my little artist bio. So if you're giving it as a gift, the recipient is like, oh, this is hand painted by a local artist, that kind of thing. And then the back has all my info. So it's also really good marketing for me. They do take a lot of time, so you have to price them appropriately. But this is Silver Oyster. I always do like limited edition ones, really popular ones I'll bring back the next year. Last year, they sold out in I don't even think it was 48 hours. And I was in a rush. I didn't even finish painting them and they sold out. So I was in a rush to finish all of them. And it was all like a couple weeks before Christmas because it's a really good last minute gift idea. I do gift boxes too. You know what? I feel like I should go find the gift box so you can see how cute the packaging is because I'm a sucker for packaging. Anyways, I'll get that towards the end. So this year I started painting them in August. I don't even know. I don't have a final count on how many I did, but I know it was like well over 100 ornaments. And they sold out before Halloween when I released them in mid-October, and they sold out before Halloween. I do have a few stragglers left. Like I have this one. So if you go to HeidiHopeArt.com, you can see my art and my ornaments. But this mint floral is still available because somebody switched it out last minute and I didn't have time to go in and switch the inventory around. This was one of my most popular designs this year. I love it. It's so pretty. Hold on. I should show it to both cameras because I'm live in two places. Way more people are on TikTok though. I'm sorry, YouTube. Yay, Jacqueline. Hi. I do have somebody on YouTube watching. I'm like more looking at my TikTok camera. You know what? I feel like I don't know. I feel like the YouTube one is like really in my face. Anyways, you can find me on TikTok too. But this design is called Low Country. It's inspired by like the coast of, they call like all the coast down here in the South, Low Country. So it's kind of inspired by like a pastel-y sunset in Charleston or St. Augustine, which is where I live now. So this was a really popular one. I think it's got those like pastel-y colors, which is hard to find good ornaments in that color scheme. I feel like there's a lot of more traditional stuff. So I try to paint stuff that's like a little bit different from what you can get in the stores. So that's where the Silver Oyster came in. I really love this one too. So those are the ornaments. If you're just joining now, I'm Heidi Hope, and I'm going to try to go live. I've been going live on YouTube, but YouTube holds your videos back for a while and doesn't publish them right away because it scans them. Where clearly going on TikTok live, you get way more people. I don't even know who's joining. I don't have any followers on TikTok either. It's like it's my smallest social media channel. And for some reason, it must spread. So yay, that's good. It's working, right? So say hi and give me a follow. I'm an artist, a photographer, an educator, an art teacher. I've been a teacher for 25 years. Only 5 years in the public school system up in Massachusetts. But I've been teaching art since I was in college through summer camps and privately. And then I was a high school art teacher. And then I've owned 3 photography studios. And I'm thinking about opening my 4th studio space. So that was actually part of part of this live because I'm debating whether or not I should do it. I did love having, so my last studio was 4,000 square feet. We owned the building, we completely renovated the building, and then we opened it in March of 2020. Yay. So that was an awesome time to open a brand new business that we had just invested like a year's worth of time and all of our money into. And then we were just shut down, and we never really could fully open. It was like 2 years before they fully opened in Rhode Island without regulations and everything. So we would open and then it'd be shut down again. And then we'd open and be shut down again. So we got out of town. We sold everything and we moved to Florida. So that's where we live now, in St. Augustine. And I love it here. And I'm so glad that life forced us in this direction. But now I'm considering opening something again. But the places I'm looking at are much smaller, because when you're a business owner and you have a huge overhead, it's just a lot of pressure to produce, especially for an artist. So are there any artists joining live right now? If you're an artist, say hi in the comments and tell me what type of art you do. But I have basically been an artist entrepreneur, opening multiple different businesses. We had a background company and a digital company, and I teach courses, HeidiHopeLearning.com. You can see some of my courses. Oh, that reminds me, I'm putting one of them on sale too. But being an artist and then having a high overhead of business, it puts pressure on you to create. And sometimes that really takes the love out of creating. Sometimes you get a little burnt out on constantly having to produce something new, new ideas, and, always topping yourself. And so after doing that for like 20 years, I was pretty burnt out on it. So I've enjoyed the last 3 years of not working full time and not having that pressure on me. However, I'm getting the itch to open something again. So that brings me to my course. One of my courses is called Master Digital Photography. So I've been teaching photography for like 20 years to both amateurs and professionals. When I was more prominent in the photography industry, I used to travel around the world teaching other photographers business, marketing, how to build a studio, kind of my own business model that we had done, which was really successful for many years. So, but this course, Master Digital Photography, is really the basics of digital manual exposure for digital photography, which is also the basics of just any photography. So even taking it helps you understand how to take iPhone photos better. It tells you how to you could take black and white photos. Once you understand the dynamics of exposure and the exposure triangle, you can apply it to everything that you do. So it just makes you better at taking pictures no matter what. So I'm putting that course on sale for just $20. It's usually $150. It's a ton of information. I actually do a bunch of demonstrations in my old studio. That's all in there as bonuses. That's on HeidiHopeLearning.com. Just find Master Digital Photography, and you'll see for this week, I have it priced. You choose your price. So it's normally $150, but you can choose as low as $20. And you have lifetime access to the course. It's great for, I would say, like ages 12 through adult. It's if you're like a mom who bought a fancy camera and you want to learn how to use it, it'll teach you how to use it. If you don't know anything about photography, it's just where to get started. If you have been doing a lot of photography but want to hone your skills in and really like master all the technical aspects of it, and like how to shoot in manual mode and when to know like when to switch to auto mode. Sometimes auto modes are better than manual mode, depending on what you're dealing with. That's all in there. And it is only as low as $20. So you could choose if you want to donate more. Part of putting that on sale is so that I start to generate some revenue to put towards perhaps opening another art studio space, because I need to build a little bit of a base of a foundation, a few months worth of expenses, so that I can go in confidently before I take on that overhead. I really want to be able to teach classes there and record classes. I do have a lot of online courses already on HeidiHopeLearning.com, but I would love to have a space where I can create more content. So this office isn't working for me. Okay, so I converted my guest room into an office space. I'm going to show you. Do you want to see what it looks like? Let's go for it. It's a disaster. This is why I need a bigger space. I'm messy. My creative brain is messy, and I always have like 20 projects going on at one time. So I'm going to do this on the TikTok. Sorry, YouTube. Maybe I'll do that camera next. But for the TikTok crowd, so this is it. It's a small guest room, and I have my desk space where I try to record, but I also do a lot of work on this desk. So wait till you see. My laptop is literally on top of like gold leaf and ornaments and clay and paint and it's like barely balanced. And then I get the cameras up, and then I get the ring light so that the lighting is decent. And then I've been shipping like crazy because my ornaments sold out. So I've had to I'm like trying to run a shipping department out of here. So yeah, let's take a look at it. So I'm just going to turn this way. So there you go. You can say hi. TikTok, say hi to YouTube. So this is what I'm looking at. So here's my desk. It's covered in stuff, as you can see. And then a few little straggle ornaments there that are custom orders that I still have to finish. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's a mess. So what do you think? Do I need a space? I feel like I do. Ooh, that side lighting on my number 11 is not the best. I really need to face the light. Ladies, if you're over 40, photography tip, face the light. Face the light source. Sorry to YouTube for that terrible composition. Hold on, I gotta move this again. Yeah. If you want a photographer tip, if you want to not see your wrinkles, directly face the light when you're recording on your phone or any camera. That's not for portraits. This is not the lighting that you want for portraits, but for your phone or for video, face the light. It will just light up all the wrinkles as if they don't even exist. It's like free Botox. So if you have poor lighting, take your phone and go up to a window and just face the window. Or that's why people look so good in their cars. A lot of people record in their cars. It's because they've got that beautiful light on them. Okay. Well, I think this live was long enough. Look at me go. I've been live for 21 minutes. Please, whether you join this live or you see the replay, say hello in the comments, give it a like, give me a follow, give me a heart, give me an emoji, whatever. I am trying to grow both TikTok and my YouTube. My YouTube actually has a pretty good subscriber count, but nobody sees these videos. It's like Deadsville in the algorithm. So I need your help. I need your help and your follow. And I'm trying to go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. I actually just took a couple weeks off because I was so insane with producing all the ornaments and shipping and stuff with the kids, a million appointments, the typical. But I am going to try to get back on track with the going live regularly at 11 a.m. So hopefully I see you again. Bye. Let's end YouTube first.